Hi, I'm going to show you how to do a psoas release that's osteoporosis safe. So I'll explain to you how we traditionally do it and then how I would adjust it depending on the situation in your spine. So the idea is that we're going to allow our psoas, which attaches, the first attachment is up around T12 in the back of our body, and the psoas comes forward to the front and attaches to the thigh. So it helps us, for instance, when we're standing, lift our knee up to march. Well, it gets pulled forward by a lot of sitting. As you can imagine, sitting with this 90-degree angle here brings it forward and shortens it up. So we want to give it a chance to relax back into our body. I find it to be much more effective than a stretch. So I'm going to show you that what we normally do is put our bra strap at the edge of this bolstered area, my stack of blankets or maybe your yoga bolster, and then we want to put our shoulders against a blanket. And that's because most of us have a forward rolled shoulder. If you have a super rolled forward shoulder, you may need something higher than this. And then we have to bolster our head because we don't want to have all that neck extension. So I've put a little half dome foam roller. You could put a pillow there, whatever gives you the right combination. And you have to fiddle with this. Fiddle with how many blankets, etc. Now you'll notice that as I go and lengthen my legs to get into this psoas release, and I would stay here for 10 minutes, allowing my legs to just flop open to the side, this could be not so great for your spine. So we want to be really careful. For some people, this is going to tug on their low back and it's not going to feel good. So I always explain to people with osteoporosis, I don't even do this with someone who's had a fracture in their spine. But let's say you haven't had a fracture in your spine, I might suggest that you go higher up, not the bottom of your rib cage, but about midway on your rib cage. This is then going to be too high for a bolster. And what I'm actually going to do, that's not going to work. I'm actually going to take a stack of washcloths and that'll probably work out just fine for my head. So I'm coming further down the top of my sports bra strap. My shoulders are still supported. And then I support my head and maybe one of those needs to be, yeah, there we go. That's just a little extra fold. Again, I lengthen out my legs and wiggle into it and make sure there isn't a tug on my low back. So I've still got space for me to allow my psoas to settle. Either way, either kind of bolster you have, I like to relax my legs, starting at my toes, and just think my way up, giving myself a silent little meditation, really trying to relax right here in the hip crease and the sides of my hips. And with every exhale, I just allow my ribs to settle. So I'm not using my obliques to muscle my ribs down. I'm just allowing them to settle. And I would stay here 10 to 15 minutes. In all honesty, for some of us, we get bored pretty quickly. You can bolster up your elbows so you could hold a book right here if you can relax and do that. Another idea is you put all of this together in front of your TV and you breathe and you watch TV like this. And this actually is how I watch TV. I no longer sit in a couch or a chair to watch TV. It's just too much hip flexor tension, and I also find that I have some side hip pain if I'm seated a lot. So, and that's all postmenopausal fun. But this is a great idea. It's a great way for me to watch TV and relax and do a little Netflix binge.